I was one of the original partners in the group that started the project with the other three physicians. Our medical oncology group had for years wanted to do a center for our patients, and at the same time, the urologists happened to be wanting to do the same thing. So a group of us met together and we decided that we would be able to accomplish more as a larger group. So the urology practices and the medical oncology practices found out we had much more in common, and we would make there would be good synergism. So the groups merged, and we brought in two radiation therapists that we felt were quality radiation therapists in the local community, and we created a multi-specialty group, and that was how Woodlands was born. I had a very good friend who's an ophthalmologist in South Carolina who had been part of a large group that had approached Cogdell Spencer Erdman, and they had actually been hired and contracted and built their building in Spartanburg. And he had had a tremendous experience with the company, felt very, very positive about the whole experience. We liked the design build concept where everything can be done in one place, much like the philosophy of what we want to do with our patients. So the philosophy was very similar. The cost controls, the customer service orientation, and the transparency and accountability we found very attractive. When we met with the company and they interviewed our office manager and our nurse manager and took the volumes of our patients, they then came back with various designs, and we picked the design that fit best our space, and then they had their designers and engineers and architects bring back the designs of the actual chemotherapy room and clinic. But seeing it on paper is not like practicing in it. And what we've seen in the practice of the clinic is it is tremendously more efficient. I find that I spend much less time physically running around the clinic because everything is so much more centralized. So I've actually noticed an improvement in the efficiency of my practice. We knew we needed a capital partner because we wanted to build something in this city that was different than any healthcare facility, which we think we've done, and wanted to do it in a way that was positive for the community and for us. And one of the benefits we found, which we were not aware of, was that the company has the ability to be a capital partner, and to almost any degree that you can work with them. That allowed us flexibility because people could have skin in the game, but they didn't have to feel like they put their entire life in hock to be able to do the building. And we had people of different parts in their career, and that allowed even the older physicians who were later in the career to actually become involved integrally into the building, which they did as a gesture of faith in the practice to help their younger partners' future. And in return, we're able to structure something that gives them a long-term benefit. Having them, on the flip side, be able to manage the building where we don't have to find someone else because it's turning into a Herculean task managing a building of this size, and not having to worry about that ourselves is a tremendous benefit. Well, facility allows us to bring our patients to a central location where they can get everything done, imaging, radiation therapy if they need it, laboratory workup, at one time with the fewest number of trips with parking that's patient-friendly. So what we took as a philosophy was we started off with what we wanted to achieve with our patients, and then we built a building around that concept. And we didn't build a building and then make our patient flow fit the building. Cogdell Spencer Erdman, given their long experience in doing that, understood what we were trying to do and worked with us tremendously well, understanding that philosophy, and we feel we've achieved it with their help. They took care of things that we didn't even know you had to have done. And it was a learning experience, but it was a learning experience that was very positive for me. I'm amazed at how smoothly it went, and more importantly, how much they knew.